Today we are going to have a short session because we are all invited today to a dinner after the program. The host is my husband who wants to invite you, Padam, and he'll be coming about 8:15 or 8:30. So today we are going to think about our spirit, which we have neglected throughout. We are not even conscious that we have a spirit. Through Sahadža Yoga, those who are now conscious, because they can feel it through their vibrations, they can also get lost and can forget it. The spirit is the only eternal thing within us. All the rest are transitory and evolutionary. Everything goes into evolution, and the better is the evolution, the higher the spirit starts manifesting itself. Like the reflection. The reflection on the stone of even the sun is zero. And the reflection of the sun on the lake is sometimes, I think, is the reflection that is felt in the Sahajogis. When they see it, feel it, it flows, they can feel the breeze in their hand. But still, their attention is not fully enlightened. The spirit has not permeated inside. It's just reflecting still. In the mirror, you see the reflection of the sun. But even then, when you removed it, you cannot reflect it. This is the difference. That even if you become the mirror of the sun, unless and until it permeates into your being and transforms you into something new, you have not done full justice to yourself and nor to the powers of your spirit. The spirit has come just like a vision to you, an experience to you. But the growth of your being has not yet started. And if it has started, it's so slow that you may not achieve much in one lifetime. Because your attention is on all various things. You have been misidentified from the very beginning. Since the time you were amoeba, you have been misidentified. The matter played a big role in your life, so matter was important. Then all the 5 elements that are within us were very important to us. Because we can see them, feel them, we have lived them for years, thousands and thousands of years. So they are part and parcel of your being. And that is why you are so much identified with it. Naturally, no doubt. But in the living process, it never happens like that. There are some seeds which grow so fast that within 1 year they become trees after they have been sprouted. They bear fruit in 1 year's time. Some trees are such. But some of them linger on and linger on and linger on. And they take too much time, so much so that maybe when they are not yet fully developed, any storm, any wind, any one of these things can just push them down. So you have to make a rapid growth with it. Even after realization, I've seen people do not pay attention to their spirit. So for every Sahaj Yogi today, I would say, they have to ask, where is your attention, Mr. or Mrs. or Miss, whatever it is? Where is your attention? For example, we can be enveloped with problems, solving something absolutely useless, especially in the West. We do it much more than in the East because we take it for granted in the East many things. But here, because we think by planning we have achieved a lot, we start planning. We start planning about going to a place, and buying a ticket, and doing this and doing that. Everything is too planned out. All the time we are wasting on something which does not require any time at all. Supposing you have to go somewhere. All right. First of all, I don't know if going is that important. But to some people that is much more important. Like one gentleman today came with his family to see me. Especially to meet me according to him, I don't know how far to believe. So he wanted to have a special interview with me in my house, all right. He had it and that's how I'm late. He doesn't mind that. Then now he cannot come to the program because he has got some friends whom he has to meet. His wife has not got realization, it does not matter. Because his friends are very loving people, very good, they have been very kind to him, he must meet them. Where is the attention? All these misidentifications we have, like marriage also. Some people come to me and tell me, Mother, we are very happily married or unhappily married, or the one who is happily married is equally a headache as the unhappily married. The unhappily one, you can understand why he is a headache. But the happily married also says, I must do something for wife, I have not done anything, I haven't bought her a diamond ring, I must buy for her. I haven't done this thing for her, I must get her a Rolls Royce, or do this and that. But where is your attention? The whole attention is diverted to things which has no play, which has no meaning, which helps you nowhere. Then the attention is, sit down. The attention is in a subtler way in many other things, like children. Now children is sort of, if I say anything, they'll say, Mother, do you want us to neglect the children? This is the problem. Children are not looked after by you. They are looked after by God. You are just an instrument of God to look after them. The more you are with God, the better you are with your children. You know how to handle them. You are kinder to them. You know how to solve their problems much better if you are getting your power from God. But if you are not interested in God, He is not either interested in you. That's the thing we do not understand. We think that if we are interested in God, we are obliging Him. Supposing you are interested in a job, you never think that way, that you are obliging the job. But as far as the God is concerned, we think why? We are obliging God. Where is she going? बुलाइए, वो क्या कर रहे हैं? यहाँ बैठो का ना. जिस धंधे के लिए आए वो करने के छोड़ के इधर उधर जाने की जरूरत नहीं. अभी यही कह रहे हैं और इधर उधर जा रहे हैं. You are not obliging God at all. He is obliging. The attitude is so funny among human beings. that you can't imagine. All the time they feel they are obliging God. And they are doing something for the God. What can you do for him? Just think like that. I met a lady, she said, "Oh, how did I get cancer? I don't understand. I used to always pray to God." According to her, if she prayed to God, she's paid him the money for his job, and he better look after him. It is you who are obliged by his kindness, by his compassion. He's so gracious that he knows that you are stupid. He knows that you don't know this. He forgives you for stupidity. He knows that you are naive and that you are children, that you are small, still not grown, you are not matured enough. If you are egoistical, he forgives you because he is compassionate. But do not take it for granted. Do not take it for granted. Those who think that we can do whatever we like and behave in whatever way we like, as long as we pray to God, yes, he'll do everything for us. Why should he? Where is our attention? What is yoga? In simple words, it is taking your attention to the Spirit. This is yoga. What does the Kundalini do? She raises your attention and takes it to the Spirit. Only after knowing the Spirit you can know God, not before that. That's why all religions have failed. The incarnations who came to propound these religions said that again and again. For example, Christ said that you are to be born again. All right. If you are to be born again, what did we do? We got some people certified that they can give you rebirth. All right. So they will have some water very nicely put in a very beautiful place in the church, and you very solemnly walk down. And they put some water on your head and they said, you are now reborn. And you accept it. You just accept it. As a child, because you know I was born in a Christian family, I used to laugh. I used to say, what is mockery going on? I thought they are just playing like children, though I was a child. But I used to think they are really playing. I didn't know they were seriously doing it. Really, I did not know till quite some time. When I grew up, I was surprised and serious about it. I mean, they believed it. They believed that they were real. They were getting rebirth and it's baptism, that's the way it should be. I really felt it. I was amazed. And how people were satisfied with that was greater amazement to me. They would not ask, they would not challenge, they would not say anything about it. Whether am I really realized or not? Am I really reborn? In the same way, among Hindus they do the same nonsense. Same thing they do. When the child is about 8 years of age or say, from 5 years to 8 years, they call it as a Yagyopavit Samskara. That is the day they have to invite lots of people for dinner, as we have. You see, everything must have a dinner with it. The attention is more there. And then they have a big function, and then they have a big puja, this, that, you see. And the Brahmins, who are not connected with God, are doing all the puja and worshipping and everything. And God is nowhere there. And then the fellow gets a thread, which is to certify that he is a Brahmin, from a person who is certified himself that he is a Brahmin. It's all self-certification and falsehood. For a person like me, it was amazing. And I used to wonder, what's the matter with these people? How have they taken all these things into their hands? Why don't they question themselves once for all how we are doing? Not only, but I found them to be completely mesmerized with the idea that they are doing the right thing. Every Monday I hear the people singing next to my house. What are they singing? God alone knows. They come very well organized just to sing some sort of hymns and things like that, which has no meaning, which is not going to reach to God. Where is their attention? The attention has to be on the spirit, and that cannot be there unless and until something happens within. But those who have been seeking that attention, those who have been asking that, "Oh Lord, keep my attention on God and on seeking," are the people going to be blessed. Not the people who have their attention now, supposing in the morning they go to the church and next day to the races and third day somewhere else. Again on a Sunday morning they are there back in the church regularly. They say, "I regularly go to the church." The attention has to be on the spirit, even before and after realization. Many people ask us, "Mother, then what should people do before realization?" They should put their attention on their spirit, asking for it, that take my attention, O my Lord, to my spirit. And not to accept something which is false and nonsensical. Because once you start accepting something false, it sits on your head. It's a vicious circle. You have to go ahead with it. And you don't know where you are. And by the time you realize, you find you are too old to give it up. And you carry on somehow. It's like intoxication. All falsehood of the world is an intoxication. Because if it was not intoxicating or hypnotizing, why people carry on with it? I mean, to me, I don't understand. When you know it is falsehood, why should you carry on with it? Of course, you can play with it. That's a different thing, just to play. Just like children, they build everything. If you put them on the sand, they'll make a big castle and they'll make a house and they'll make a cow shed and everything. And just they throw it out, kick it out, clear out the whole thing. They know it's just a play they have done it. They're conscious of it. If this consciousness is there, then one should say that such people are seekers. That is the category of seekers. Where they are not satisfied with falsehood and they want to find out the truth. Now the truth is that the spirit is within you and you are the spirit. You are the beauty, the bliss and the joy of that spirit. That's what you are. Because your attention is not there, that's why you cannot feel your spirit. But your spirit exists. It is within you, in your heart, waiting for a moment to come into your conscious mind, to be felt by you in your central nervous system. It's all there, built within. Man, in his madness, doesn't realize that God has made him from amoeba to this stage for some purpose. There is a big purpose behind it. And the purpose is that now you have to know your spirit, by which you enter into the kingdom of God. You have to enter into the kingdom of God. How? What is your passport? Is your spirit. Because when the spirit starts shining within you, you start transforming. You start transforming into a new being, into a new personality, with a new awareness, and you are a different person. Your priorities change. But those who are not really good seekers, I would say, may have a three-legged race, as I call that. They'll be identified with something else. See, what is a three-legged race? Is that you are tied with one leg to another personality. Now this could be the job, this could be anything else, and you are tied with it, and the progress retards. It goes down. The progress in Sahadža Yoga is only possible when your attention is on the spirit. How do you nourish it? That's another point. The only solution is collectivity. A person who is not collectively nourished cannot grow. He cannot grow whatever he may try. These are the two very important points of Sahadža Yoga. Now one has to understand this collectivity is to be grown within you. But what do you become? Actually, what do you become after your growth? You become a collective being. So you have to nourish yourself in collectivity. People just don't understand this simple point that you have to become the collective being. And that nourishment, if it is not flowing into you, then you are not a Sahadža Yogi at all. You are just having a trip of your ego or your super ego. And this is very important. By saying your brothers and sisters and this and that is not possible, I know that. It's wrong. It's another game. Just like baptism, it's another game to say, oh, we are all united together and we are all brothers and sisters and nothing should prevent us from being that. Socially we can be all right, but politically may not be, or economically we cannot be, and all sorts of things can come. But after realization, when the Kundalini rises through these 7 centers and pierces you through on the Sahasrara, then you start feeling the vibrations, feeling the cool breeze in your hand. This is how your spirit is talking to you. The rapport is established. You are connected with the spirit. That's the sign. If you are not connected, then you have to get connected. Then we can talk about it. Before you are connected, what is there to talk? What is there to say? Supposing this is not connected, how can I use it? Tell me. Is there any way? It's so simple as that. Everything is so simple, which you people have made so complicated. To me, a simple person, I don't understand. I mean, it has to be connected or not. Any telephone is to be connected to the mains or not. So the connection has to be there. And once we decide the connection has to be there, then what are we doing about it? That we are doing Sahadža Yoga. What is Sahadža Yoga? It's the right of every seeker to have this connection with the Divine. This you are doing in your own right, no doubt. There, I cannot challenge your right. It's your right. Say, for example, in a government, it is decided that all those people under 16 must be given 5 pounds each. All right, as long as it's under 16, you have a right. And the governments will see to it that they fulfill that promise. Isn't it? In the same way, you are promised that in the modern times, all those who will ask for realization will be granted. What a promise to make, just imagine. And use me for that purpose. Or Sahadža Yogis for that purpose. This is being promised in many scriptures, by many incarnations. The time has come and I have to give you realization. more people have to be given realization, all those who ask for it. Of course, it cannot be forced onto anyone. This is your right. It is your right to ask, say, for your property. But if nobody asks, the government won't go back on them and tell them, now please have it, we beg of you, we fall at your feet and this and that. Do they do that? In the same way, nobody is going to fall at your feet. But if you ask for it, that's your right and you can have it. But the difference is that the right is to be exercised in a full way. If you ask a right that I want to become the governor of a particular place, then you should be able to assume that power. In the same way, if you think you have right, then you must assume also the power of spirit within you. You have to keep your attention to your spirit. Now the whole system of spirit is so dynamic and beyond human comprehension that you are suddenly amazed and surprised at it. First of all, you are amazed. Then you start thinking, how can that be so simple? How can that be so easy? I mean, it's not simple. In the sense that you have been made from amoeba to this stage. Is it a simple thing to do? Can you make one dog into a human being? Or even a horse which you like very much? Can you? To make so many human beings out of amoeba, isn't it a difficult thing? And if you are made that evolution must have rendered something within you. In that something is built in you. And when it works out, it looks simple, but it is not. It has a big background which is being worked out. To bring you to this stage, just to know thyself. Know thyself. Simple words. It's too simple for human comprehension. That's why it is too difficult. Because they cannot go to simpler things. Know thyself. What is thyself? You ask somebody, yes, I know myself very well. Now what do you know about yourself? I like to go to pubs. That's myself. I like to become something great. I like. That's what you know yourself, what you like. Or else, I'm afraid. I'm frightened. I don't believe in this. I don't do this. Is this I? The one you are, is it? Then they might say, I'm not sure. But when you are the self, that's absolute. And that's sure short, that's what you are. You know this is it. When you talk as a spirit, you have no doubts. You have no doubts at all, because the absolute is established in you. For example, you take 10 Sahajogis, 10 small little children who are realized souls, and ask them to face a personality. And ask them, what is the problem with this gentleman? And immediately they will say that this gentleman has got this finger problem or this finger problem. All of them will say the same with their closed eyes. Everyone will say the same thing. They will not criticize each other, because everybody will feel the same thing. All the children will feel the same thing. You cannot be fooled, children. They say, yes, they are catching on this finger. And you ask the person, have you got bronchitis? He says, yes, I have. Or something like that. Even liver. Anything which is not even diagnosed by doctors. Not only on physical side, on the emotional side you can see. I met a lady the other day and I asked her, do you believe in anything? She said, I don't believe in anything whatsoever. What sort of a thing is that? A personality and a personality I meet, I tell you. One better than the other. She said, only I believe in myself. All right, doesn't matter. Even then I am agreed that you believe in yourself. But where is yourself? Where is yourself? In what thing do you believe? When that self manifests, then you have no question. You are doubtless. You know this is it. You have no question about anything whatsoever. You know everything. That's how the vibrations tell you. This is the spirit that tells you. The spirit within you tells you. You ask the spirit what is to be done. You ask any question. For example, say I was born in a Christian family, and in India people felt very funny that a lady who is supposed to give us our moksha and our realization should be a Christian lady, because they thought she has to be a Brahmin or something like that. I am a Brahmin in a way because I am a realized soul. I have no caste and community, but I am a realized soul. So they asked me a question, Mother, how is it you were born a Christian? I said, all right, you ask on your vibration. Is Christ the Son of God? Imagine, for Hindus and Muslims to accept it, this is very difficult. I have the vibrations. And the most orthodox of Hindus immediately accept it. For them, one advantage is there, that they know that the cool breeze is the way you can make out, that your spirit is flowing. That's the only way. They know that's an advantage they have. But they gave up all that. A revolution came into them. Imagine Hindus of India, who are such orthodox people, have been dominated also by Muslims. Now they take the name of Allah Akbar. They are trying to know the namaz. They are trying to do the namaz. All this fanaticism is going to be finished, absolutely crushed, as soon as the spirit starts manifesting itself. Because only truth will be accepted. In the same way, we have Muslim disciples. They have accepted Christ, they have accepted Ganesha, they have accepted everything. Because on the vibrations you see, the truth is there. Fanatics will also have to come round. But first those who are doubting fanaticism will first of all get it. How can any fanatic be correct? Because they are talking about one God and they are in juxtaposition with each other. How can that be? But it's so. If you talk to a fanatic who is, say, an ardent Muslim and an ardent Hindu, they hate each other. They cannot understand how God could create them. The one person can create both of them. They think they have separate gods. I don't know how they carry on with their fanaticism, because I can't understand. But the entire truth about everything can be known through your vibratory awareness. And this vibratory awareness comes to you through your attention, which is enlightened by your spirit. This spirit resides within us. All the time, it knows everything what we do. It's the one which knows all our fields, wherever we move. But the same spirit, when enlightens our attention, the thing that he is enjoying itself, or it is enjoying itself, becomes our experience. Because the spirit is collectively conscious, and we become collectively conscious. Those people who are not collectively conscious are not Sahajogis. They are absolutely just so-called. First collective consciousness comes in within us. By feeling the cool breeze blowing through our hands, and by feeling all the fingers and feeling all the chakras. Some people don't feel it in the hands if the Vishuddhi is not all right, but still they can feel within themselves. Like there are devices, I feel, as if the gas fails, then the electricity works out. That also works out in many people. You can feel it within yourself, where is the problem, and you can feel the chakras. That's the first thing happens to you, that you feel the collectivity within you. That you are a collective being, you feel. You also feel about yourself, what you are catching, where you are catching. And ultimately, then, you start feeding, nourishing your collectivity, which is the point very much missed in the individualistic society. Because the whole of individualistic society is based on competition. And there is no competition in Sahadža Yoga. It's just the other way down, that you nourish on other people. The person who cannot carry on with other Sahadža Yogis is a sure and certain person who is going to get out of this. You have to nourish yourself on collectivity. And once you start doing it, somehow or other, see, I've seen some people, it clicks with them sometimes. But with some people I go on telling them this way, that way, in so many ways. I try to work it out, never clicks. But with some people it suddenly clicks and they become different people. Everybody then certifies, oh, they have become very sweet now. But some of the people just go on, just like all the time they are like thorns, and anybody they touch, that person gets a fright. And then that person says, all right, I'm getting out. I'm not talking to anyone. I'm not doing this. I'm just keeping quiet. That's all they can do. They cannot take out that thorn from themselves and can become one, articulate with others. And when this thing happens, one has to know that there's something wrong. After all, from where are you going to get your nourishment? The spirit is shining, the sun is shining, but your tree of life has to get your nourishment from collectivity. Once you realize that, it works wonders. It has worked wonders with so many people all over the world. But there is a greater danger for people where individualism is regarded as something great. Where people think to be individualistic in their attitude towards their selections and choices. And the decision making. For every small thing, they will make a decision. Why? What is the advantage? What did you gain by these things? So much energy in decision making. Whether you will have the fish and chips or you will have hamburger. What does it mean? Why waste so much energy on that? Where is your attention? All these things, all this attitude is nothing but ego-oriented and is competitive. And also all the medias that are used are just trying to exploit it. Like they'll say if you have a cigar is sufficient, you need not have a Rolls Royce or something like that. So you buy a cigar like a madcap. But if they put it in the television, then 50% people will do it, as if they have no brains to use. It's a mad world that way, but it is not, in a way, because you are seekers. Have you ever seen so many seekers? Seekers of truth. They are not only claiming, they mean it. I know they mean it. They are not just claiming, it's not a fashion with them. They do mean it. And I'm really very happy about it. That there are seekers, those who are seeking who are honest and intelligent and who want to know who they are. Today, as I said, we'll have a short program. And there's no end to my speeches. I don't know how many speeches I've given now, I lost count. This is only just to make your attention little steady. Then the Kundalini rises. Without that happening, your attention cannot go inside. Once the happening takes place, your attention is pulled in. The whole attention goes inside and it is carried and is brought to this point where it breaks. This is the seat of your spirit, while the seat resides in your heart. And you are blessed with your self-realization. Now the growth has to come, that you have to move your awareness towards the spirit. And when that happens, that your spirit dominates your awareness, that your awareness becomes the spirit, then Sat Chit Anand. Sat is the essence of your awareness, is the truth. Through your awareness you know the truth. Chit is the attention and Anand is the spirit. The essence of the spirit is joy. All these things become one. That has to happen. Then the growth is much faster. When it is halfway round, the growth is less. And the growth is to be felt in your collectivity. Not in how you organize some things and all that. No, in collectivity. How you feel about the whole world. How you are connected about the whole world. What you are doing about it. Can you work it out for them? Where is your attention? Again. As soon as you go on your spirit, you will start worrying about the whole universe. It will happen. The priorities will change. Oh, I'm here. I'm the spirit. And my work is not this. This is useless. This is not meant for me. And the attention will start going from all mundane, gross things to the spiritual side. But by going there, you become so dynamic that all material things will work out just like that. You'll have no problem with material things. They will work out. And like I'll tell you that few examples are like this. You know, I'm a married woman and I've got grandchildren. I run my house very well and I have a household. And mine is a marathon race. I mean, all of you have a relay race, but I have a marathon one. And it works out. But apart from that, so many problems are solved. I'll give you a simple example. Some girls have come from Australia. They told me, related many problems they have solved. But one of them was very sweet, that there was a lady. She very much wanted to come to India to see me. And she thought her money was not sufficient. Now money is absolutely material. And the little child, daughter she had, she also wanted to come. The girl was having a jumble sale, something. So she collected some of the trinkets here and there and went for a jumble sale. And they discovered that she had a very expensive bracelet of gold. Suddenly, which sold out for the amount of money exactly required for the ticket of the mother and the child. Exactly. Oh, this is nothing. There are many people who have known how material it works out. For example, we have a doctor of physics here who was doing his doctorate, and he did it for years and years. I don't remember exactly how many years. And he brought his papers to me. He said, "Mother, I cannot now have anything more done. Now I cannot even make it a fair thing. I cannot put it in a bomb. And this is how I'm going to now present. I'm fed up. I've finished every single pie I had." I said, "All right." I just did like this to the thing. He said, "Are you not going to read?" I said, "No, what is there to read? It's all right." You won't believe. He went next day to see the gentleman and he became a doctor of physics. That's how materially things work. Krishna has said it, Yoga Kshema Vahamyam. Yoga, when you get your yoga, when you are connected with God, then He looks after you, Kshema, your well-being. This is so simple to understand. This is another very simple truth one should understand. If we are not connected with Him, how can He look after us? We have to be connected with Him. So we know His desires, we know His ways, we know how to please Him, we know what to do. And so we can ask for what we want. You don't even have to ask, you'll be surprised how things work out for you. How family relations improve, social relations improve, economic relations improve. All these things are on your centers. And as the Kundalini rises, she starts spreading sideways also, and you start getting the effect. The first you get is the material and the physical. And that's how you know how we have cured people of cancer and things. Just like that. People don't understand how we have done it. We have. Because spirit is the dynamism within us. It is the thing. Like one diamond which is put in a ring and embedded in the soil, saved permanently, just to keep it out of problems, is suddenly discovered. And that's why it is all we see. The basis of all our existence is nothing but our spirit. That's the basis. That's the adhara. That's the support. And to us, it should be a special blessing. For our Lord Jesus Christ was the embodiment of that spirit. He came on this earth just to show you the way of your resurrection. It's a special blessing to us. But Him also we have made it into a fanatic stuff. You are great people. Give anything to human beings and they know how to make a good mess out of it. That's what I have discovered. He was crucified, that was all right, because He cannot be crucified, He cannot be killed, that I know. But the way now He is clouded and how He is plucked out of reality and put into something false is sometimes is so shocking, frustrating, and so humiliating, you can't imagine. Whatever done is done. The quality of spirit is forgiveness. The symbol of spirit is Christ. And the power He has given us to forgive, because He has that power to forgive. He is the power of forgiveness. He is the ocean of forgiveness. So, He's so powerful that He cleanses you through forgiveness. Just by forgiving you, He cleanses you. And that's how it works out. So you should not try to build a guilt in your mind. That's the only thing most of the Christians do, is to sit down and build a guilt by spoiling this part of the chakra here. It's amazing how it has come to us, this guilt. Perhaps the psychologists or confessions, I don't know what it has been. They are guilty in imagination. And that part is very sad. That does not help. You are not to be guilty. You are the spirit. What crime spirit can do? Nothing. Only you have to get out of it to become that. That's what we are going to have. And let us work it out. We have some new people over here. I'm sure it is going to work out. But for all the new people, now, I have to say one thing, that Sahaj Yoga is not a thing you just go for a program and get out. It's dangerous. If you get your realization and still you do not recognize Sahaj Yoga, it will be very difficult for you to come back to Sahaj Yoga. So please understand that if you have found the way, do not lose it. Try to follow it. I have nothing to gain from you. It is you who has to gain. That's your right. Better have it. May God bless you. About these chakras and all that, we've got some papers which you can see yourself and read and you can understand. Is there? So let us put your hands like this and we'll work it out.